हेलो वेलकम टू माय चैनल एड्यूशुला। आज के इस वीडियो में हम देखेंगे MPS 004 के इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस फॉर जून 2022। MPS 004 कंपैरेटिव पॉलिटिक्स इश्यूज एंड ट्रेंड्स, जो कि MPS प्रोग्राम का फर्स्ट ईयर का एक कोर्स है। तो वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं। इसके इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस है: Analyze the meaning and scope of comparative politics. Define comparative politics and analyze its evolution as a subdiscipline in political science. What is the relevance of comparative politics? Elaborate. Define comparative politics and discuss its evolution. Critically examine the main assumptions of the political economy approach in the study of comparative politics. Discuss the evolution of political economy approach in comparative politics. Critically examine the assumptions of the world system approach and their relevance to political analysis. Discuss the origins and orientation of the system approach. Examine David Easton's system theory and its conceptual framework. Explain David Easton's system theory. Explain the Mundan theory of the origin of the state. Discuss the social contract theory of the origin of the state. Critically analyze the Marxian theory of the origin of the state. Discuss the role of civil society in a democratic system. Analyze the meaning and nature of civil society. Critically analyze the relationship between civil society and the state. Critically examine the impact of multinational corporations on the developing economies. Explain the different approaches to the study of nationalism. Briefly describe the major approaches to the study of nationalism. Explain the policy of multiculturalism as a means to accommodate the grievances of ethnic minorities. Define multiculturalism and explain its basic characteristics. Analyze the nature of ethnic movements and various strategies used by them to migrate from one place to another. Examine the factors responsible for resurgence of ethnic movements in recent times. Explain the meaning of ethnicity and point out its basic characteristics. What do you understand by ethnicity? Explain its basic characteristics. Analyze the nature of ethnic movements and their impact on nation building. Examine the concept of ethno-nationalism with the help of any ethnic group as an example. Critically examine Max Weber's concept of ideal bureaucracy. Critically examine Max Weber's concept of bureaucracy. Explain the features and role of bureaucracy in developing societies. Explain the nature of multi-party system with particular reference to Asian countries. Discuss the role of political parties in a democratic polity. Critically examine the main tenets of structural functionalism with reference to Armand's ideals. Define community identities. What are the causes of conflicts among the various communities? Explain the term federalism and its characteristics. Differentiate between confederation and federation with suitable examples. Analyze major developments in the evolution of the concept of human rights. Explain Lenin's view of imperialism. Differentiate between democracy and dictatorship. Distinguish between the concepts of state building and nation building. Distinguish between a confederation and federation. What is human development? What measures are required to improve it? Define environment and discuss the key issues in the environment debate. Write an essay on the evolution of human rights. Assess the impact of globalization on the internal functioning of states. Discuss the impact of globalization on internal functioning of states. What is constitutionalism? Is there any contradiction between the concepts of constitutional government and democracy? What is consociationalism? Examine its role in multi-ethnic societies. Critically analyze the development of science and technology in India. Write short notes on the following: ecofeminism, measures to improve human development, socialist perspective of human rights, distinguish totalitarian from authoritarian regimes. Examine the features of Weber's concept of bureaucracy. Distinguish between institutional, economic, and associational interest groups. Gramsci on civil society, world system approach, comparative method, classification of international organizations, evolution of two-party system, interest groups vis-a-vis pressure groups, ways to improve human development, concept of human rights in Asian context, lobbying, GDP, gross domestic product, human development, dependency theory, issues in environment debate, civil society movement, Western perspective of human rights, science and technology in India, Gandhian perspective of Ram Rajya, Hegel's concept of civil society, globalization, Marx's view on colonialism, R.C. Macready's contribution to comparative politics, political economy approach, Mundan notion of state, ग्राम्सकी कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सिविल सोसाइटी। वीडियो अगर पसंद आई हो तो इसे लाइक और शेयर करें। ऐसे ही और अपडेट्स के लिए चैनल को प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब करें। थैंक यू।